I had a friend, still have her as a friend, but she's no longer in this predicament. But there was a few years back where she had a nice little state job, real good job, nice job. You know, she had went to school, degrees had opened up some doors. She got into a good position, you know. And the people and the energy on the job was so bad. She did the best she could to just tough it out. She did the best she could to make a good thing out of something that was so heavy. It wasn't the job, it was the people, the other people in the office, the snake energies, the bitter. You know, you come into work and people be mad and shit. And it's like, bitch, did I lay down with you last night? Did I sleep with your husband? Because what are you snapping at me for? Like, it's just, you know, when you own those kind of jobs where it's just, I don't know, it's a spirit in that office, and it's chaotic, and it's heavy and dark, and sometimes it's just the environment. It's just the people in that environment on that job. The job itself, the work is fine. I enjoy it, it's fine. But the environment that is being created by the energies that is being brought into this building every day by certain individuals makes this job heavy, dark, and just something about it ain't right. And she did the best she could. But there came a point where it started to affect her health. And she, early 40s, beautiful woman, you know, started to affect her health. Body starts to go through things when you hold it, when you got to go to a job and you anxious, you sitting at the in your cubicle and you shaking and shit and having whole seizures and stuff, and it's just you having all this anxiety. You know, you work up under a certain supervisor and they make you anxious because they always barking, or they always, you know, saying something that's offensive, or they're abusing their authority. That is, you want to get me and my dark energy, have authority and abuse it, and see how fast I split you open. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. And we work for people who abuse authority. We work for corporations who abuse their authority. And you mean to tell me you would rather be Nicodemus and choose all of the stuff that's depreciating anyway? It's depreciating. It's losing its value. It's decaying. They build these rickety ass houses with these rickety ass appliances that break down. You're busy trying to pay for the mortgage or the rent, and then the refrigerator go out, and you just got that whole 2 years ago. It should still be running. Why is it not running? Because it wasn't made well. It was made to break down early. So you have to go accumulate and keep on being on the rat wheel, trying to manage stuff that's decaying right in front of you. And the only currency you really have is your time, and that is what they are stealing from you. Money comes and it goes. The question is, how much of my time am I willing to barter for something that I'm not going to be able to keep anyway? Whether it be money, whether it be a relationship, a person, a family ship, or whatever. How much time am I going to spend being depressed when it doesn't serve me anyway? What is important to me? What is important? What is priority to you? The first and foremost priority is figuring out what the soul wants from you, and then creating an environment that gives it that. This is how you save your soul. This is the salvation of your soul that I'm talking about through spirit right now. You use the time you have to give it that. You understand? Don't focus on what you have or what you don't have. Time is your currency. If you control your time, you can get anything you need. If you put your time in the hands of somebody else, you can only get it if they decide to give it to you. Like how all of us be having these jobs, and we've been working on a job and everything was fine, everything for the last 10, 15 years. The food been costing this much, the gas been costing that much, to get a house is that much. For the most part, we've been able to kind of like do what we got to do, whatever, make sure everything is paid. The jobs are paying, they could be paying more, of course, but it's kind of balancing out, you know what I'm saying? And now boom, one motherfucking pandemic, and they decided they're not giving you that no more. Now the jobs pay more than they did before the pandemic, but the damn gas is 4 times as much. The food is 5 times as much, if not 10 times as much. They decided they're not going to give that to you anymore with one damn pandemic. Forced everybody in the house. They took away your freedom. Took it away. You know why they can't take away my freedom? Because I'm at the house anyway, because that's where I work from. Because that's what makes me feel good. That's what I'm doing. That's what my soul wanted me to do, was to be home, taking care of my kids. I didn't have to worry about my kids getting sick in schools and stuff like that, because I've been homeschooling them 5 years before the pandemic hit, because Spirit told me take them out. Something's coming. So I see what I'm saying. Like, so they couldn't take nothing. It was a regular time for me during the whole situation. I was just like, I mean, go to the grocery store, whatever, come home, tend to the kids, because I've created freedom around me, because that's what my soul wanted me to actually live a more natural life and get out of the false. I need you out of the false matrix. It took me some time. I was a little Nicodemusy for a minute. I was. I was. But they blew in the right storm, the right situation. It was my job then to say, I see you. I see what you're doing. I'm not gonna fight it this time. I'm not gonna fight it this time. And this time there was guidance there to help me understand. First off, Yolanda, your time is your currency. It's the only thing you have that is of value. Now you got to make the decision. Are you going to fear not having things at the expense of your time, and the time that you could be actually developing your personal power, developing and evolving? You are tethering it to money, something that is like not even a real thing though. Like, it's not even real. It's literally monopoly money. Or you could relearn how to live and structure a reality where your necessities are met. You trust the guidance of your spirit guides that's here to help you evolve. You accept what they provide and you manifest. But now you have the time to determine, what is it I want to manifest? What is it truly? I said, well, you done already blew this storm in, so I guess I'm on the right path. I mean, there's no way to get to the light without going through the darkness, right? So I'm not going to fight it. Seasons and cycles. I went through seasons and we all go through, and I'm still going through. But there's a certain season and cycle. There's a certain cycle that's over, and that is the cycle of not understanding my personal power. That cycle's over. Because I have given myself the power to take back my time so I can develop myself. Money still comes and goes. I ain't starving. They provided what they provided. They provided who they provided. And when they're ready and I'm ready, I manifest something different. But now I'm existing according to what I want, not what some corporation or what some school teacher or some concept over here or some structure over here or some religion over here told me that I can have. This is the evolution to self-deification. This is becoming and getting into that God space. But we have to give up this little stupid stuff that we've been participating in that is not feeding our God space. You're just doing really good at playing Monopoly. You know how some people, you play Monopoly with them, they beat y'all ass every time. Some people are really good at knowing what properties to buy if they get the opportunity. And what, no, 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 no. But I didn't come down here to play Monopoly. I really didn't. I know that for a fact. Did not come down here to play Monopoly. And if you are on my platform and you are listening to me, I can almost bet you didn't either. You didn't come down. You did not come down here. Your soul is not projecting you into this reality for you to be a damn PlayStation video game player, for you to be playing Monopoly and stuff, and for people to be goddamn, you know what I'm saying, moving you around like a chess piece and stuff, so they can be hollering king me and shit. Like that ain't I'm not on your chessboard. I don't know. I didn't come down here to play chess. I didn't come down here to play no games. I'm an eternal being. I have something I need in eternity. Okay? This is no joke. Like, I'm down here to get what eternity needs me to get. We have so much, and a lot of us are just wrestling and toiling with this spiritual and physical existence, man. Just remember that spirit comes first. 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 When you train your mind to think about spirit first, you understand all of this. You can step back and see all of the false matrix and say, okay, boom, I see what's going on with the politics. Okay, I see what they're trying to do. Oh, I see what's going on with them BET awards and that whole humiliation ritual and stuff like that. Yeah, anybody fucking with that. I see what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Because spirit come first. Your adversary that is also emanated in this existence is banking on you not knowing that. They're banking, they bank rolling. You hear me? They bank rolling on you not knowing that spirit comes first. So if I'm on a job and I'm not happy in the physical, it is an indication that my spirit and soul is not happy in this environment. So deuces. Figure the rest out later. I'm not finna do this. I'm not finna do this. I ain't finna be hungry, homeless, starving, or none of that. But I'm not finna do this. I'm not finna come in here every day clocking in at 8:30, 9 o'clock, 7:30, 5:30 in the morning and be spending 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, 14 hours with people that I can't stand because they got negative low. Like, it comes a point where it's like, deuces, I gotta go. Because it's paid well, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I don't like it. If so that's an indication because the spirit and the soul comes first. So if something I am participating in is not good for me, then they are not pleased with it first. They are projecting something into my reality to get me to see they're not happy. It's they're not at peace, they're not comfortable, they're not feeling like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. As the third reflection of the Trinity, I have a job to do, and that is to take guidance from the first two portions of the Trinity. And they don't like the way I'm doing that. So things in my life is not look is I'm uncomfortable here. I'm uncomfortable with this person. I'm uncomfortable with this situation. It's just like, and I'm now I'm just spiraling in depression because nothing's good. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, nothing's good. My nigga, you gotta look up, look up, look up, look up. Spirit first. The reality you're in is an illusion, it is a projection. You have the dynamic role of being able to view the spirit and view the physical and make a decision. See how you juggling this shit? You are the third embodiment of the Trinity. You are the third embodiment of the Trinity. The Trinity is not three separate beings, vibrations outside of you. You make up the third. Hmm? So this was good. This was good. I really, really hope the mother spoke through me and said something to my soul sisters that is going to help you, divine feminines. Okay. Um, this was a little corrective today, and we need that. And that's what she's our mother. She's our mother. She created us. She birthed us. She knows us. All right. If you're questioning and didn't know what questions you need to ask, let me break that down for you again. Let's recap. You have to first develop and find out what is the soul's purpose for projecting you into this reality. What does the soul want out of you in this reality? Because whatever that is, it is very important in the realm of the eternal that you acquire that, that you do that for your individual evolution and for the evolution of the universal collective. Okay? Once you know what that is, most of you already know, I'm hearing her say, you've just been neglecting it, you've been ignoring it, you've been over here playing in the false matrix. So there's some confusion that you are entertaining, but you really do. Some of you know, some of you don't. Either way, when you know what the soul's purpose for projecting you into this reality is, you then look back at the way you've been participating in the physical realm and you realign everything around you to support that purpose. Some things need adjusting, some things need cutting off. This is that scripture in the allegory where Jesus said, if your eye offends you, take it out. Right? He didn't don't really do that, but it's an allegory, as everything else is, as everything is in the Bible. Like, it's an allegory. If your left hand or left arm offends you, cut it off. Some things need adjusting. Some things you just can't. That's why I say it's an allegory. Don't nobody go around, you know what I'm saying? Mutilating your motherfucking self. That's not what I'm saying. Is metaphorical, okay? Metaphorical, but it's showing you a point. Just like with Nicodemus, you gotta give up some stuff. Might have to give up a whole lot. It just depends on what's needed. Some of you are on jobs that are actually direct extensions of your purpose, but you've been on it and playing the physical person so long that you have forgotten and you have become disgruntled with the actual physical job that you're on because you have forgotten that it's connected to a greater purpose, because you don't spend enough time actually nurturing that purpose. So there's a disconnect there. And so now you're like a robot. You're getting up, doing the job, and it's become heavy for you. It's a lot for you. You might be physically tired, mentally tired, emotionally tired, but that actual job is connected to your purpose. But the reason why it feels so heavy and you might be ready to walk off it and tell them people to kiss your ass is because you have become disgruntled because you keep thinking you're just a human. You keep functioning at just the human level. Spirit first. Some of you are disgruntled in your relationships because you keep just being a human. You just a woman. You have not really funneled the goddess in you into your relationship. And if you don't do that, niggas will wear you out because they are your sons. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't care if it's your husband, if it is your biological son, adopted son, if that's a nephew. I don't care what physical relationship. The energy between the feminine and the masculine is that the masculine takes instructions from the feminine. You are to guide the masculine. So if you have a male in his masculine around you all the time, it can burn you out if you don't guide from your feminine, from your divine, your divinity, your goddess. It's not that the relationship is fucking bad. He might actually be a good person. He's just getting on your nerves for whatever reason. I don't know. Some of you in relationships with masculines that's not good people. That would be pop. That would be take the eye. That would be to cut off the thing. That's when you need to just, you can't. I can't be here, because everybody still has will, even though you a goddess. The masculine, the feminine god, the masculine, all that. Everybody still has will, including the masculines. So a lot of them you're gonna run across are not willing to yield to the goddesshood that is the femininity of you, especially if you are in your divine femininity. Just because you are female don't mean you are divine feminine. But if you are in your divine feminine, then you might be dealing with one of those masters who feels like, he's still, according to the whole matrix and everything, the false matrix, he still feels like he runs shit, right? So if you're wrestling with that and he's not really, and ain't nothing wrong with him running shit as long as you have given him, long as you have vetted him, as long as you see that he is capable of doing that, then of running things, then you can yield that to him. But if he's not capable, my sister, then you cannot yield that to him. You understand? Some of you are in situations like that. You have to realign the physical world to get the best reflection you can of your purpose, your motherhood, your family ships, your relationships, romantic or otherwise, friendships, your occupation, jobs, careers, businesses. Some of you have your hands in a lot of different things when it comes to businesses, I'm hearing her say. Some of you have that hustle, grind, 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 get the bag mentality. And it's all busy work. It makes you feel good because you might be really good at getting the bag. But then it's still something else that you feel you feel propelled to go towards, but it won't be as lucrative, or it's more of a humanitarian philo, philo, philanthropic type of endeavor. It might be starting a nonprofit, and you know how that goes. So then I mean, I can't do that and be having this online business, that online business, that right here, and then I go over here and I'm selling bowls and stuff, and I'm selling plates over here, and then I got a little, Dollar Tree store job that I go over here and do, and then I got this little thing, and I got this little iron in the fire. I mean, if I'm gonna do I feel called to help homeless people, but I just, you know, how do I balance my physical reality with what I feel propelled to do? If you know it has to be a realignment of how you think about all of the things you have. Like, if all of the irons you have in the fire, or all of the bags you're chasing is not chasing it to get to the purpose, then eventually you experience burnout, depression, sadness, physical health problems, low vibrational energy. You ever seen people who got a lot of money, like a lot of these celebrities? They have a lot of money, or they project that they do, talking about how rich they is, and this. A lot of these social media influencers, and I'm this and I'm that, and I got this and I'm building this and I had bought that and da da da. And then when you really listen to them talk, they got the nastiest attitudes ever. How you got all that and you got a nasty attitude? Because you can actually be arrogant without a nasty attitude. Like, where all the nastiness is coming from? Where's all the low vibrational energy seeping out from you from? If you got if because because all of that stuff they have has nothing to do with whether they are in alignment with their soul's purpose. That is the only thing that brings true joy, true peace, true freedom, man. Like, when you getting in alignment with your divine divinity, the destiny that is yours by divinity. Not sitting up like Jesus on the mountain listening to the devil, Satan rather, try to give you all of this stuff and stuff and stuff, so you could, if you give up your divinity, I'll give you this. And some people boast about all of the stuff that they have operating out here in Satan's land. Well, good for you if you feel good about all of the stuff Satan has given you, because you have been willing to give up your divinity. Because I'm not willing to give up mine, and he can kiss my ass. I'm not willing. I work too hard. All these millenniums and stuff, all these lifetimes, and I've worked too hard to know that I am God. Right? So that is what, if you are listening to me, that is what must be done. You have to find out what the soul's purpose for having you here. What is it trying to learn? What is it trying to acquire? And you step back and you look at your physical reality and see in all the ways you need to make adjustments, or you need to cut some shit off in order to get the closest, be the best version of your reflection you can be. Okay? I love you all. I thank you for listening. If you stuck in, we'll be on here for a good hour. Okay, 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 okay. I see you. All right. I thank you all. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, holla at me. Um, my contacts will be in the description of the video. If you need any more one-on-one guidance, anything, I'm open for anything that you may need. We're just here to help each other develop, support each other, love on each other, nurture each other. This is the space for divine feminines. Okay. And it's not easy being us. It's not easy toting this responsibility and this privilege and this power, right? Like, giving birth ain't easy, you know? So we have to support each other's. I love you all. I thank you for watching. Um, and I hope to see you on the next. Also hit the notification bell. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I post again. Okay? We got a lot of good things coming up, a lot more content coming up. I always say that because it's always true. Working on a website where we can actually have a little bit more of a community with each other, commune with each other, strengthen each other in a more commune way. We can get to know each other one on one personally, so on and so forth. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need anything. If you want readings, please reach out to me. All of my information will be in the description. Love you, beautiful people. All right. Peace.